ITS World Congress, this is the Future of Mobility podcast series, conversations with the leaders redefining how the world moves, presented by the Transportation Channel in partnership with ITS America Events.
Welcome to the Transportation Channel podcast, presented in partnership with ITS America Events. I'm your host, Alan Cleland, and we're reporting from the heart of the ITS World Congress in Atlanta, Georgia, bringing you expert insights into the innovations, challenges, and solutions driving the future of mobility worldwide. For this episode, I'm very pleased to be welcoming Asad Lesani from Ouster. Asad, thank you for being with us today. Could we start our chat with you introducing yourself and your position at Ouster?
Sure. This is Asad Lesani. I'm VP of Product at Ouster. I've been in ITS industry for the past 10, 15 years and helping cities and municipalities improving safety and efficiency in roads.
Excellent. So, when we think of safety on roads these days, especially in the United States, Vision Zero has become a major goal for cities worldwide. How is your technology that you're promoting and your solutions, how are they uniquely positioned to help cities make real progress towards eliminating traffic fatalities? Because that has to be the goal in the end, the elimination of them. Yeah.
Yes, the whole idea of using LiDAR technology and Ouster as a leader of providing LiDAR globally was actually because of my PhD research on vulnerable road user safety. So one of the needs for us was on how we can collect real-time, reliable data about the movement of pedestrian, cyclist vehicles, so we can have a better understanding about safety issues like red light violations, near misses. And the need was for our technology to be able to capture this data 24/7 in different weather and lighting conditions.
Right.
And that's what LiDAR is bringing to the industry. LiDAR is standing for light detection and ranging. It's a technology that uses laser beams to measure distance to the object and generate a rich 3D perspective of environment around the sensor. And the fact that LiDAR is using its own source of light, it's independent from lighting condition. So that's why the promise of LiDAR is to provide real-time, reliable data that is very key for Vision Zero and understanding how people are interacting at intersections. And that's what we are working on.
And because it's you generate your own light conditions, really, you're not dependent upon the big straight lining to see what's going on.
Exactly.
And it's interesting that we normally associate LiDAR with autonomous vehicles, yes? But I'm seeing increasing usage on the infrastructure directly for LiDAR. So that's the work that you're doing as well.
Exactly. So LiDAR has been used for the past 5-10 years on variety of different applications, from drone mapping, industrial robotic application. And we've seen a lot of interest of using this as a stationary detection system for security, for ITS applications, and that's what we are focusing on.
You mentioned that the ability of LiDAR to improve roadway efficiency. Can you just expand a little bit more about how LiDAR differs in other ways from traditional sensors, not just the lighting part of it? You're giving cities better data to manage traffic flow.
Yes, a lot of cities and DOTs, they used to use different stack of technologies for different purposes. So for example, they typically use camera to be able to detect and classify different type of road users.
Exactly.
Because of the promise of camera to have like high resolution. And they typically use radar to get reliable data in different weather and lighting conditions, so they can use that for data related to traffic operation, like how the intersection is running, changing the signal information. The promise of LiDAR is that you can capture rich information about multimodal detection, pedestrian, cyclist vehicles. At the same time, the fact that LiDAR works in different weather and lighting conditions, you can actually use it for traffic operation use cases. Which means that you can improve the efficiency of road users with respect to their movement, their traffic flow, while you're taking into account the safety of road users as well.
So road safety as well as road efficiency as well. Is there any aspect of LiDAR that it's a sensitive subject, but the more but the sustainability, also, all these new technologies coming in, we get worried about um, supporting them, and but also sustaining them in the future. How does LiDAR-enabled infrastructure help reduce emissions, for example, and support smarter, greener mobility?
I think one of the over the past decade, we tried to promote biking, walking, and using like active mobility use cases to improve sustainability, reducing the emission. But something that was missing always is while we are trying to promote walking and biking, how we can make sure that our road infrastructure are safe for those type of activities. So that's the key part of using LiDAR is that while you can use this as a standard detection system for vehicle detection, you can actually do the safety improvement. You can make the intersection smarter when it comes to the detection of pedestrian or extending the walk time. So while we are promoting using walking and biking as new modes of transportation, we also ensure that our road infrastructure is also ready for those type of activities. So I think that's the promise of LiDAR to bring efficiency and safety all together with one built-in solution.
So even though LiDAR is a new application for LiDAR, in addition to data collection for later analysis, I mean, even if it's for an immediate analysis, um, but you can also interface with existing roadway equipment and use the information that's being generated and what LiDAR is finding in the current operations through an interface to traffic signal controllers, for example. Yeah.
That's correct. So what we really try to focus on, making sure that this is not the technology that you need to have a massive investment on infrastructure to adopt this technology. We wanted to make sure that the technology that we are providing works with existing infrastructure, like traffic cabinet. It supports existing type of traffic controllers, traffic lights, or the traffic management systems that a lot of state and DOTs are using. So our approach was that, first of all, we wanted to make sure that our technology is compatible with existing technologies running at the intersections for highway application. At the same time, we're following an open API architecture, which makes our solution really easy for our customers to integrate within their system for like receiving data, receiving analytics, without just relying on our detection system. So we tried to make it easy for our customers to adopt our technology over the past 2 years.
Absolutely, with existing infrastructure.
Exactly.
So you're not replacing infrastructure.
Yes, exactly. And one of the things that we see the growth of our technology is that, just giving you an example, like Utah Department of Transportation is scaling our technology within their intersection without really touching anything on their controllers or traffic cabinets. They're just deploying it as a new detection system.
Right.
And they're leveraging the fact that our system can detect pedestrian and cyclists to introduce new use cases to their citizens. Just one example of that is that Utah DOT is using our system to extend walk time for pedestrians when they are crossing the intersection. They need more time because they have to walk slower. So this is one of the new applications that Utah is using LiDAR for, beyond the standard like traffic actuation use case. So another great example is Georgia DOT. They had this day one deployment of the different type of technology, and they had the roadside unit to broadcast safety messages to connected vehicles. And our system was already compatible with the existing roadside units that they were using for a while. So we wanted to make sure that if they want to adopt our technology, they don't need to have a massive investment on infrastructure or changing on infrastructure.
That's important in all the areas because cities have to live within limited budgets. Yeah. And if you're talking to not the actual transportation oriented staff within the city, this other city leaders who generally tend to control the budget anyways. So how do you pitch that? The benefits to LiDAR, that investment compared to video, for example, or radar, which seems to be easier to understand what the benefit of putting that in would be. Yeah, how you get that message across to?
Sure. One of the gaps that I've seen in the industry for the past couple of years was that there were different teams within municipalities working on efficiency, sustainability, safety,
Uh-huh.
and they were all doing their own projects separately. So Vision Zero, they were hiring consultant or like data collection companies to put a camera temporary, collect the data for their Vision Zero team. In the traffic operation team, they were hiring another company to do like data collection for Sigma operation. And then traffic actuation team, they were using radar for their own application. So the promise of LiDAR is that we can bring all these teams together with a single detection system and solution, which is based on open API architecture as well, to get all the data they need for different application. So if the Vision Zero wants to get safety analysis, they can just get from the same technology without changing anything at the intersection, and all the data will be available for them. That significantly reduces the cost of the operation of the system, maintenance of the system, instead of dealing with different technologies. So it's just one single technology can bring that value to the cities.
Yeah, we've heard this several times already at the Congress here about one problem for the agencies in the future is sustainability. Just budgeting to maintain what they've already got. So that will be an aid to that. We're here at the ITS World Congress. You have a booth. What can you tell attendees, and what are you showing on your booth to get these messages across? What do you have on your booth in terms of demo equipment?
Yeah, so we have a live demo at our booth with live showing live intersection coming from actually deployment in Georgia, in Atlanta. So with Georgia DOT.
Actually, here in Atlanta.
Yeah, so we have 6 intersections that are running in real time, and hopefully we're growing that soon. We have a live view of that, so we are showing live how our system is capturing near misses, red light violation. We're showing people like red light violation happened last night actually. And also we have some live view of our sensors that are deployed within a couple of our booths and also a couple of our other booths as well. In general, the way that I see the future of technology and why like a lot of our customers are excited about LiDAR is the fact that LiDAR, while it's serving the current needs of the ITS industry from safety, from traffic operation, it's actually bringing the promise of using data for the future of connected vehicles, like V2X use cases. So building real-time digital twin of the corridor is another promise, and it's all because the fact that LiDAR is measuring accurately the location of the object. We can broadcast that information to connected vehicles. And that's where we're very excited working with our partners on those applications.
That's a big step forward, being enabled by by agreement on the newer communications technologies, of course, as well. So looking ahead, which is what you're doing, what do you see is the next big leap in this smart infrastructure, we could call it, and how will LiDAR continue to evolve as a backbone for safer, more efficient cities?
Yeah, so when I'm looking at the last 10 years of ITS industry from detection perspective, I think really the next big opportunity for us is to work with partners instead of working alone. And this was the trend over the past decade of like every vendor try to work independently. But I think it's changing in our industry, the way that we can work with other partners to bring value to our customers and just go beyond the pilot project. So I think this is one of the changes that we've seen in our industry, partnership with both private and public sectors. I think we talked about a little bit about digital twinning. I think digital twinning of the traffic is a really key component in the expansion of connected vehicles. Even though connected vehicles or autonomous vehicles, they're going to have their own detection systems, but still they are going to be very rely on infrastructure to share data with connected vehicles, because in complex environment like intersections, we need more data to be shared with everyone. I think that's a big change that is going to happen in our industry, and I think we started that trajectory with pilot projects, and some of them are already scaled. And I think from the US DOT perspective, we see a lot of investment going on that aspect as well. to make sure that our roads are ready for the future of our ITS technologies.
Excellent. Fascinating. Well, thank you, Asad, for providing this valuable insight into Ouster here at the ITS World Congress. And we wish you and Ouster a successful conference. Absolutely.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, that's a wrap from ITS World Congress. Thanks for tuning into the Transportation Channel podcast, where the future of mobility comes to life. Catch more conversations, stories, and innovations at thetransportationchannel.com. So thank you.
Live from ITS World Congress, this has been the Future of Mobility podcast series. For podcast membership information or to explore partnership opportunities, contact partnerships@thetransportationchannel.com.